Screaming Geek Media here. I am Jerry the Geek. Today we have the 4K of King Kong from 1976. But before we get into that, if you like physical media, 4Ks, Blu-rays, DVDs, home theater, movies in general, check out my other videos on my channel because I do unboxings, reviews, discussions, collection updates. So check those out. Like, subscribe, and turn your bell notifications on. So let's dive into another childhood movie of mine, King Kong from 1976. Got the 4K here, Steelbook as well. Movie stars Jeff Bridges, Charles Grodin, Jessica Lange, directed by John Gillerman. I know when it comes to King Kong movies, this isn't on the top of everyone's list. It's always Peter Jackson's or the original 1933 version, which both of those are great. I love them. But, I grew up on this. I was only 5 and a half when this came out. So I grew up on this movie. So this always has a special place in my heart. Even as hokey as the effects look now, especially on 4K, everything jumps out. It's like, oh my God, that looks like shit. Revolves around this oil company. They've discovered an uncharted island they want to go to. They think they can find some oil. And of course, Jeff Bridges, he ends up, gets onto the boat as a stowaway. He's an anthropologist. And he hears stories about this the giant ape. So he wants to go on that for that reason. And during the voyage, they come across Jessica Lange's character. She's floating in a raft, so she gets rescued by the ship. And of course, they get to the island and everything. She gets kidnapped by the tribe and gets sacrificed to Kong. So yeah, after all these years, I still really enjoy the movie. Even though you have to overlook the shortcomings of the technology at the time. Now, this 4K release comes from Studio Canal. The 4K came out in November of 2022. There's also a standard version here that came out in UK. It came out in December of 2022. As far as I know, it was just a European release. UK, France, I think Germany got some as well. Has not seen a US release yet. But, originally filmed in 35mm. And, they did a 4K scan of the original negative. And the color grading was done by Paramount. Now, from the get-go, I was blown away. I wasn't sure what to expect from this old movie. I was hoping for a lot. And it did deliver. The colors had a real punch to them. The details really popped. The foliage on the island, all the greens, the waterfalls, the blue skies. It was phenomenal all the way through. Even at the end when they do the big show in New York with Kong in the cage, the crown he's got, the jewels really pop. So yeah, this transfer is freaking insane. I freaking loved it. Now, this did not come with a Blu-ray, so I do not have a Blu-ray to compare with it. As far as Blu-ray releases, they've only had the UK, and then there is one US version from Shout Factory just about a year or two ago, I think. I never got it. I was holding out, hoping for a 4K. So I have no comparison. I'm not sure how that would do, but anyways, here's some 4K shots to let you know what it looks like. And we'll come back and talk about the audio, packaging, and the bonus features. And we'll see you in a couple minutes. Now for the audio, they gave us a DTS HD Master Audio 5.1 and an LPCM 2.0 track. And as expected, you know, those older movies, sometimes they don't get mixed properly. It's just hard to do. It depends on their original, what the original sources were and what they had to work with. So I can't blame anybody on how it sounds. It is what it is. The 5.1 track doesn't do a whole lot. It adds a little bit of ambience and some music. You get a little bit more, but not much. I switched back and forth between that and the 2.0 throughout the whole movie. And I found the 2.0 track more pleasing. So actually I watched the majority movie in a 2.0. Your other choices is French and German 2.0. So yeah, just, you know, something if you get this, you know, play around, see what you like the best. The 5.1 again, you know, added a little bit, but sometimes it didn't sound right. The 2.0 sounded better and still filled the room. I was really surprised. Those times I felt like there was surrounds music. Some of the jungle scenes, I hear things when there was no surrounds, but it sounded like it. So not a bad track overall. Now for the packaging, you know, it's got this gorgeous Steelbook matte finish along with some gloss highlights. I freaking love it, so it was definitely worth every penny. And different artwork on both discs, gorgeous. And we're taking pop these out. The artwork of the subway car in the background. Also came with a poster. I took that out and forgot to bring it down and show you. But if you want to see the poster, check out my unboxing of this. I show that off. Oh, about forgot the J card that came with it. Actually, I got the UK here, so I've got it all in English. Now for the bonus features, we have deleted scenes, interviews with Barry Nolan, Bill Cronick, Scott Thaler, Jeffrey Chernov, David McGiffert, Brian E. Frankish, Jack Holler, Steve Varner, and we got the original trailer, and we got a couple audio commentaries, one with Ray Morton, I think he was a film historian, and another one with special effects artist Rick Baker, because he didn't do a lot. He contributed to this, so it's nice that he kind of came back and did an audio commentary. I might actually check. I'm not big on commentaries, but I'm a big Rick Baker fan, so I might check that out and see it, listen to that. And also we have an extended TV broadcast cut. So to wrap it up, a phenomenal release here from Studio Canal. So yeah, if you're a fan of this movie, definitely try to get, like I said, the Steelbook here depends on what you're willing to get. If you want all the writing on a J card, if you want that in English, the UK version is running about $70. You can there's a couple listings on eBay. If you don't mind the French writing, or even German, you can get those anywhere. There's a couple French ones for $40. I think the German one's closer to $50. But inside still got the audio track is English. The disc, everything is identical, just except for the print on a J card. So it's up to you what you want to get. I almost bought the French one because of the money, but I was like, I'm a U.S. collector. I'd like to have the English, so I forked out the extra $30. But if you're a fan of the movie, you want to get this. If you're a Steelbook collector, this is freaking awesome. I think it's worth every penny. And I love that, they included the Twin Towers. I think so many people are trying to erase that from our history. And that's such an iconic part of the movie. So I'm glad they included that in the artwork. But if you don't need the Steelbook, if you just want to get the, bare bones 4K release, again, here they have the standard here on Amazon. The price went up. Right now it's running about $36. It was about $28 because I was wanting. It's been on my wish list for a few months. I was hoping for a price drop, and I come across the Steelbook, so I went that route. Maybe we'll get a U.S. version. I don't know. Studio Canal is kind of finicky on how they release stuff. Again, if you're a fan of the movie, I recommend picking this up regardless of what edition you get. It looks phenomenal. It has never looked that damn good. I was just so blown away. You know, the rich colors and textures, it looked incredible. You know, my wife was gone for the weekend, so she has not seen this yet. So I'm looking forward to showing her to kind of set her mind at ease after spending $70 for it. So that pretty much wraps up my 4K review of King Kong from 1976. You know, check out my other videos on my channel. Like, subscribe, turn your bell notifications on for future videos. Comment below, let me know what you think of this movie, or if you happen to get the import or are waiting for it. Yeah, I've got a lot more reviews coming, so keep an eye out for everything. See you soon. Geek out.